is a big Tony. It's a 30L guarantee. The 8250 buy-in summit. So let's get that started, guys, and let's get into the action. I'm just bringing up the table now. So the tournament started 40 minutes ago on Pokerbazi. The tournament is PPL event number 42, the Summit Monster Stack. It's a 35 lakh guarantee. It's a re-entry tournament. It's got a cool up top, 9 lakhs as of now. It's probably going to change as registration continues. Okay, so I hope everyone can see the table. It's a 6-handed format, so it's going to be a lot more like fast-paced, a lot more action, and it should be fun, guys. So I hope you enjoy the stream, and let's get into the action. Very first hand, we have 10-6 offsuit in the big blind. We're facing a limp from the small blind. We have 10-6 suited in the big blind. I'm just gonna check, see a free flop. We flop top pair, which is a very good start. I'm gonna bet half pot. Don't really give him credit for an ace since he didn't raise pre-flop. Unlikely he would probably be limping with an ace at the early stages of the tournament. I'm gonna fold the jack 3 suited on the button. Hello. Folded the Queen Jack offsuit UTG from early position under the gun. I think offsuit hands like offsuit Broadway cards without aces in them can be like folding them from early position, because if you get 3-bet, then like your hand doesn't seem or feel to be so great after that, and it's tough to continue out of position post flop as well. Let's get up our second Tony as well. Just trying to decide which one that's going to be. It's going to be a tournament on PokerStars. So just trying to see which one we want to play. Queen 4 also going to be a fold, even though it's suited. Queen 4, King 4, Jack 4, 10 4, all these kind of hands, they're like super weak. 10 5, Jack 5, Jack 6, 10 6. Like all these are like have less connectivity, as one card is very small, one is really large. So they don't have much connectivity, so it's tough to make straights after the flop. It's tough to like make good value hands with these kind of cards. So it's better to let them go, especially during the early stages of the tournament, and especially from early position. So button opens, small blind 3-bets. We have ace 4 suited in the big blind. Just gonna let it go. Against a re-raise, cannot continue with that hand, even though we have position over the small blind. Since the 3-better was like in the small blind, we had position on him. But the fact that it's a 3-bet pot, like it's too early in the day right now for me to be calling 3-bets with small ace suited aces. I feel like I should be observing the players, getting a feel for how they're playing and understanding the table dynamic before really opening up and putting in a lot of chips into the pot. Hi Kabir, glad to see our very first viewer. Thanks Akash, that means a lot, man. Like, I don't know if we've ever played online together, but really appreciate the encouragement and the motivation. Thank you, Akash. Thank you for the good luck. Good luck to you too if you're playing or in general as well. Thanks, Mayank. Appreciate the good luck. Good luck to you too, sir. So guys, if anyone has any questions about like playing, about poker, about the a specific table that is running, like, feel free to like type it in chat, and I'll do my best to answer as many questions as I can as quickly as I can. Keeping in mind that I also going to be discussing a lot of my play and a lot of my strategy. I think I'm gonna play some music, lighten up the mood a bit. Last stream I was told that I was playing some copyright music, so which is not allowed on YouTube. So my video, like the video of my stream from last Thursday, I think it got removed due to copyright issues, and YouTube removed it from the Bigstack Poker University channel. So for those of you who are new to this channel, the Bigstack Poker University is a great initiative for new poker players and aspiring poker players who want to basically get a good understanding of the game, and also nurture their talent and their skill in poker. And for people who don't have like a very good fundamental understanding of how it works and what is the best way to start playing and to start learning, I think it's a great tool for newcomers, and you should definitely hit subscribe, follow them on YouTube, and you should visit their website, bigstackpokeruniversity.com. And you should, yeah, if you're interested, you should enroll for the course. I would say it would only help you and benefit you, improve your game, and help you familiarize yourself with poker in general. So let's see, get some music going. See. I'm gonna call from the big blind, getting a good price to defend, even with the 8-9 offsuit, which is not a very great hand pre-flop. And since we're also out of position to like the pre-flop aggressors, it's not a great hand. I don't feel so great about this hand, but multi-way, getting a great price. I'm going to defend from the big blind. Gonna fold the 3-5 last hand, offsuit, very small card, not much value, pre-flop. Even the 7-8 offsuit, if it was suited I would have called. I think offsuit I just fold, even though I have the button and I have position on the whole table. That means I'm last to act after the flop. That means I have an advantage of deciding what I want to do after my opponents have already acted. That's what it means to be in position. Okay. So in this particular scenario, we would have made 3 of a kind, but can't be results oriented. Just because the flop was 8-8-4, I can't say that, oh, I should have played this hand, or I made a mistake because I did not play this hand. That's not how it works, because in the long run, we're not going to be able to realize much equity with this kind of hand, or we're not going to have much equity with offsuit 7-8. And I think early stages of the tournament, 65 BB, I just want to be a little bit tight and wait for some premium hands. Like I said though, 8-7, if it was suited, I would have probably played it. So the difference between an offsuit and a suited hand is not all that much. So I could have possibly called this offsuit hand, but then again, like I said, it's not about being results oriented, because this time we saw 2 8s on the flop. Next time maybe we'll see an ace high flop and we'll have to just fold to a continuation bet, even a very small continuation bet. So that's why, like, better to be a bit tighter and wait for like better spots right now. I think it's too early in the tournament to be playing trash hands, even in position. Thank you, Rahul Jain. Rahul says good luck for the grind. Good luck, grind hard, all the best. Thank you so much, Rahul. Going to be working hard, and yeah, we're going to do our best. Hopefully get some good results today. And in the bargain, hopefully you guys will maybe get to learn a thing or two from me. Like, yeah, I would love to like share my knowledge, whatever expertise I have, like, you know, in poker. That's the main reason why I'm actually doing this. I want to share like my knowledge. I want people to be aware about poker as a game, as a profession, and about the real intricacies of the game, psychological, strategic, all of that. Queen Jack off, I'm just gonna fold, not gonna open. If it was suited, I would have opened it. Offsuit is close. I don't mind a fold there. It's close because it's 6-handed. If it was an 8-handed game, I wouldn't be opening Queen Jack offsuit from under the gun in an 8-handed game. But in a 6-handed game, you could. That's why it's close. And by open, I mean like just raise a min raise, start off with a min raise, get the action started. So the event, hi 1, 2, 3, 4 Ande. So the event I'm playing is 8,250 rupees buy-in, Indian rupees, which is equivalent to around $110 or so, $110 US, and the prize pool is around 35 lakhs, which is approximately, I would say, I think it's around $40,000 or $45,000, and first place will be a cool like $10,000 at least. Maybe slightly more than that, like 11,000-12,000. So first place is money. As of now, it's showing 8.7 lakhs Indian rupees. So yeah, it's a big tournament, big buy-in, big payouts. Going to be a lot of good players playing this tournament. So it should be interesting, it should be fun. Holding this King 9 offsuit. One, two, three, four. Ande says easy pickings. Who's on our table on our right? He says that Easy Pickings is a good player. He shipped a Tony worth 5.6 lakhs a day before. Sure, I mean, shipping a Tony is not easy. So definitely, if he's won a tournament, means that he does possess a certain amount of skill. Although poker is a game where in the short run, even amateur players who aren't very good can get lucky and win a tournament because of the luck element or the luck factor which is there, omnipresent in poker. So in the short run, even bad players get lucky and win. But yeah, I'm not so sure about this player. He seems to be playing pretty alright. if I can very quickly show you, I would like to show you guys the lobby of this tournament. Okay, wait. Sorry about that. I just wanted to bring up the lobby to show you guys. So this is the tournament lobby of the tournament that we're playing here. It's on the site called, this Indian poker site called PokerBaazi. And as you can see, the buy-in is 8,250, 7,500 plus 750, 750 being the commission that PokerBaazi takes, and 7,500 being the amount that goes into the overall prize pool. And so far there are, how many entries are there? There are 165 people so far who have entered. And as you can see, first place money 8.45 lakhs. It's pretty sweet. It's nice. This would be a good tournament to take down. Sure, Andy. I'll just lower the background music a bit, because I'm not sure how I can adjust my mic volume, to be honest. Because my mic volume is already full. So let me just lower the music a bit. Is that better, guys? I lowered it. I lowered the volume by a bit. So let me know if it's better now. Yeah, I just lowered the volume, Sticky Fish. So once you guys hear this this pace or this volume, then let me know if it's better. I'm just gonna remove this lobby now. I'm gonna get rid of it for now. We're gonna resize our table, because we're gonna add another one. So our other tournament is now started. The other tournament we're going to be playing is other tournament we're going to be playing is the 880 rupee buy-in PLO Deep Turbo on PokerStars 6 Max Turbo, 50k guarantee. So quite a contrasting difference in the two tournaments that we play. And here's our second tournament of the night. Just trying to align it. I'm just trying to align it properly for you guys. There we go. Should be good now. I'm gonna call this Ace 3 suited. Sorry, Sticky Fish, that you hate the music that much. It's just like music. It's not my playlist. It's not music I usually listen to. It's just music which is copyright free. Like I said at the start of the screen, last time I was streaming, we played some music, and that caused like our video to be taken off from YouTube by YouTube because the music had copyrights, and cannot play copyright music on a stream, I guess. So that's why this is like the only music I could find. It's the only playlist, copyright free playlist I could find. If someone has any better sources to play copyright free music, I'd be happy to play that. Hold me close till I get up. Oh, thanks, Rishi. It's good to know that the volume is better now. Hi Ashish, thank you for joining the stream and for watching. So basically, my story is that I started playing poker around 2007 when I was 17 years old and I was still in high school. That's when I first started playing with my friends as just pastime, as a hobby, and then I came across and I was introduced to online poker by one of my friends who I used to study with, who was in my class, and that's how it started. And the very first tournament I ever played, I actually was lucky enough to win that tournament. I guess there was a lot of beginner's luck, and since obviously it was my very first time playing, so I was not so familiar with the game or the strategies, but I guess instinctively I had the instinct for the game. I had somehow the know-how without having studied or played before, and that helped me somewhat. That's why I feel like poker is something which is like my calling. I'm very passionate about it. It was from the beginning, I've had a good understanding of the game even when I was very new to it. But over the years, by playing more and more and giving it more time, I feel like I've gotten a lot better. and so can you if you work hard, you're committed and you're dedicated, and you have a goal in mind and you strive towards that achieving that goal. And Bigstack Poker University can definitely help you in that. It can give you that foundation that you need, that fundamental understanding that you need, and help you with your confidence as well. For someone who's not so sure or is constantly doubting their decision making process or constantly doubting their decisions based on the results they're seeing. So people who are new to the game tend to do that a lot. They tend to be like, oh ये पत्ता खुल गया, हमारे flop पे हमारा लग गया था, तो हमें खेलना चाहिए था. But that's not how the game exactly works. You have to wait for good cards. You have to try to play in position, and पत्ते तो सबके कभी ना कभी लगेंगे. Everyone will get good cards eventually, and everyone will hit the flop eventually. It's about knowing when to put your money in and when not to. Hi Ronit P. Welcome to the stream. So the tournament on the left is the Pokerbazi 8250 buy-in, the Summit Monster Stack. It's got a pool prize pool of 35 lakhs guaranteed. The tournament on the right is the PokerStars 880 buy-in, PLO Deep 6 Max Turbo. So one is on Pokerbazi, one is on PokerStars. The one on Pokerbazi is a much larger prize pool, much bigger tournament. It's part of the series that is going on in Pokerbazi right now, called the PPL, the Pokerbazi Premier League, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what the full form stands for. And it's a great structure, great tournament, big prize pool, and should be a lot of amazing players. So guys should be watching this with a lot of concentration, and hopefully I will be able to impart some of my knowledge and some of my skills and expertise to you via this stream, and hopefully that will benefit all of you and you guys will enjoy this, and that's the objective and goal of the stream, to have a good time and to learn. So let's hope we can all achieve that. So my largest score in a poker tournament was $70,000 on PokerStars.com, back when PokerStars.com used to offer games to Indian residents. This was in December of 2014, so it's been about 6 years now. So like 5-6 years ago, didn't win. I came fourth. I got fourth place in the Sunday Million. So the PokerStars flagship tournament is this tournament called the Sunday Million, which is a $215 buy-in. Now I think they've reduced it to $109. They've changed the structure and the format of the tournament drastically to what it was when I came fourth. So back when I came fourth, the buy-in was $215. There were around 7,000 people playing the tournament, and I think it took me around 11 hours to reach the final table. And then the final table went on for another 1.5, 2 hours. So it was a very, very long and strenuous. It was a very long tournament. It was very strenuous and taxing, mentally and physically. But yeah, it was one of my greatest achievements playing online poker. I got a score of $70,000, which at that time was around 45 lakh rupees. So that's my biggest win so far in online poker from one tournament. But I have had a lot of success playing online poker on PokerStars.com. Like I have I would say around $1 million in total cashes. My ID is Armaan 007. You can check it out on Pocket Fives or Shark Scope. And you can see my results over there. So I've got a lot of cashes. I won a lot of tournaments on PokerStars.com, and I used to basically love playing hyper turbos. Hyper turbos are basically fast-paced tournaments where the blinds and antes go up really, really fast and really quickly, and a tournament gets over in 1 hour 45 minutes or 2 hours tops. So you can win quick money like that in 2 hours. And of course, because the structure is such that it's fast-paced and there's a lot of all-in action, there tends to be higher variance. Means that you get unlucky more often. There are more all-in confrontations. Therefore, it's tougher to make it deeper into the tournament and get a first or second place finish. So there's higher variance, but then also the tournament duration is a lot lesser. So it has its plus and minuses. And it also teaches you a lot better how to play short stack poker. So in hyper turbos, typically you won't have more than 10 to 15 BB. The average stack will not be more than 10 to 15 BB during the late stages of the tournament. So that teaches you how to play your late game very well, and it's a good way to brush up on short stack your short stack game. So definitely one of my favorite formats, one of my favorite tournament structures and formats to play is hyper turbos. And I used to love playing the $82 6 max hyper turbo on PokerStars.com. It used to typically have a first place of around $2,000-3,000. So yeah, this used to be fun. I won a lot of turbos as well, and I've had a lot of success with some of the Indian sites as well, like Spartan Poker, PokerStars India. As you can see, I'm playing on PokerStars India right now from my account and on PokerBazi. Some of you might have seen me on the tables before or played with me, as I'm there every week. I play a few days every week. I play the whole Indian poker scene, the schedule, at least I would say maybe 2-3 times a week. So a lot of you might be playing with me right now or might have played with me before. You might already know about my ID or might recognize me on the tables. Rahul, hi Rahul Kuteta. You cannot see the PLO Tony on PokerStars desktop client. I'm sorry, dude. Maybe you should try turning off your filters. Sometimes your filters are on, because of which it doesn't allow you, or you're not able to see all the tournaments that are there. So I would say try switching off your filter, or yeah, maybe you can start there. And yeah, but it should be there. It's 880 rupee buy-in. The tournament is called PLO Deep. It's a 6 max turbo. Interesting spot in the summit. So we call the pre-flop raise, or we raise pre-flop. We got 2 callers. Flop, we made a standard continuation bet with top pair. Turn was not so great for us, although we're blocking 10 jack, we're blocking the straight, but our opponent can be calling on the button with ace queen, ace 6, ace jack, ace 10. I'm not really feeling this spot. I think, although he could have some bluffs, I don't see him bluffing in this particular spot. And also, since we have the king of diamonds, it's a little less likely our opponent has a flush draw. So I think I'm just going to let it go. I think our opponent probably had like aces up, 2 pairs. But yeah, that's just my guess. Could have, of course, had a worse hand or something else, a better hand with other cards, but that's just what I figured or I thought that he might have. Here in the PLO Tony, we have aces single suited. I'm going to re-raise him. Arora Saab is a reg. He plays often. I've seen him play a lot. So against his pot size raise, I'm going to re-raise. I'm going to make it pot, repot him, which I did. I made it 2200. He calls. Flop is ace 5-5. So we flop a house, a full house. We flop the board, the nut board, only losing to pocket 5. So I'm going to start off with a check. I don't want to scare away my opponent. I also want to make him think that maybe I can have pocket kings some of the time by checking this flop. Because if I had kings and I re-raised him pre-flop, I would check the flop a lot. However, with aces, I might want to bet and start trying to build a pot right from the flop itself. So I'm going to raise now since he checked back. The flush got there. The flush completes on the turn, so he might call us with small flushes, big flushes. He might call us with a straight. Might call us with a 5x kind of hand. Yeah, so I think a bet here is fine. Another ace is very interesting because now it's less likely for him to think that we would have an ace or we would have pocket aces because now there are 2 aces open on the flop. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check. I'm going to let him bet and then maybe re-raise him. He just checks back, and that's just unfortunate that this time he didn't have a good enough hand to value bet. He did have, however, a king high flush. I just went back and saw the hand replay. So we did miss out on some value. I almost bet that river. I think because I was talking about the hand and I was kind of talking through the hand, I kind of got a little bit carried away and I didn't realize we didn't have much time back. So coming back to the summit, we have pocket 4s in the big blind. There's an open from the button. We're just going to flat and defend and see a flop. Flop is king 10. So it's not a great flop, but also not the worst. It's a paired board. So when you have small pocket pairs in your hand, it's always good to see a paired board. Because it could be possible that your pocket pair is still the best hand and your opponent has not managed to connect with the board or the flop. But I don't see myself calling multiple streets, so I don't think I'm going to call here, even though our opponent's bet really small. I think I'm just going to fold the pocket 4s. And yeah, I'm just going to fold the pocket 4s and wait for a better spot. So, being in the money is not very different from playing before being in the money. This is to answer your question, Sticky Fish. So, your play should pretty much be the same. It shouldn't vary all that much. The only difference that should be there that you should not be scared to go all in and try to steal blinds and antes once you're already in the money, since you're already guaranteed a payout and you're not going to be losing anything. So you're going to be free rolling for the top prizes in some ways. So definitely, I would say that you can play a little bit more aggressively after you get into the money. However, you have to know your ranges, your hand ranges at different stack depths. So like at a stack depth of 20 big blinds, you should know what position you need to be opening what hands. and you should be knowing what hands to defend from the big blind, from the small blind, from the button, late position. You should be knowing all this as well. So what hands to defend, what positions, and what different stack depth. So the hands you're going to play at 20 big blind, like 20 big blind stack depth, is going to be very different. They're going to be different from the hands you're going to play at a 30 big blind or a 40 big blind stack depth. Just to give you an idea of how you have to play differently, and also you have to keep switching gears. Like when you're getting good cards, you're playing your ranges. You have to keep the momentum going. You have to keep applying pressure, and then from time to time you got to slow down and take it back a notch. So to make sure you're not overexposing yourself, or you're not playing too many hands. You should aim for like typically pre-flop PFR percentage, pre-flop raise percentage to be typically around, I would say 20%, or which is pretty decent, or like 15% in over the course of like a 500 hand sample. I think that would be pretty decent, like between 15% to like 16-17%. So yeah, those are some basic tips you can think about. And guys, we're on break now. Both the tournaments are started a 5-minute break, so I'm gonna quickly take my 5-minute break, and I'm gonna come back after the break. In the meantime, please don't go anywhere. I'm just gonna play an ad during the 5-minute break, and yeah, I'll be back right after that. So see you guys after the break.
Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and which is the reason why my 2,000 investment in this course has become 45,000 in just a week.
Do you want to take your game to the next level? Sign up on the Bigstack Poker University. The Bigstack Poker University has specially designed courses to take your game to the next level. Let's look at another example.
Hi guys, I'm back. Pre-flop raise percentage should be typically around, I would say, 20%. First hand the summit, first hand back A7, 15%. We get A7 offsuit. It's going to open from the cutoff, late position. Not going to be open calling 3 bets. Just going to be opening, trying to steal the blinds and take down the pot. We do face a 3 bet from Shani. So against the 3 bet from Shani, I'm just going to fold. Over here, we have aces, we potted pre. We're going to start off with like a half pot continuation bet. And if a blank comes on the turn, like no club, no Broadway card, like Jack 10 or King, then we're going to make another bet. This time I'm going to make it a little larger, 3K, because I want to start building a big pot. Jack is a very interesting card. Now we lose to 3-5, we lose to King 10, we lose to those 2 straights. However, we are blocking King 10. And I think top set is just way too strong to be checking here. If he had 3-5, he would have probably raised me on the turn. He could have King 10 though, since he since he called 2 streets, he could have had a wrap like King 10 Jack. But I'm thinking I'm going to call it off. Yep, he was bluffing. He had the blockers to the straight, so he had a 5, a king, a 7 and a 4. And the board was ace, 4, queen, deuce, jack. So he was blocking king 10, which is the straight, with a king. And he was blocking 3-5, which is the bottom end of the straight, with his 5. So he had both the king and the 5. So he had some blockers. He decided that we probably had a weak hand and we might be folding to his river all in. But little does he know that we know a lot, if that makes some sense. I'm just going to turn the music back on, guys. I'm just going to get the music going again. Okay, so here we go. Here we flop a straight. I'm just going to raise. I'm going to raise and realize our equity with a straight. Also, there are some draws, like flush draws. He could have a higher straight, ace 10, but I still have a straight. So I have to raise and build a pot and also see where I stand. By raising, it gives me information about his hand, depending on how he responds to my raise. So if he calls my raise, I know he has something like a draw, 2 pair or a set, where he can possibly make a full house or a flush. If he re-raises me, there's a good chance he might have ace 10. So then I'll probably think about folding. But yeah, I think raising here is perfectly the right play. We're going to raise it up here from the small blind with the pocket tens. Start off with a check on a 5-7-3 board. 2 spades. Turn is another spade. I'm going to do another check. We don't have any spades. We don't have a flush. And on the river, I'm just going to check again and hope that he checks back. Because I really don't want to be putting in any more chips. And he does check back and he wins that pot with 2 pairs. He rivered jacks up, jacks and 2s to have the winning hand. So I guess we played that hand fine. Because I think he would have probably called our flop raise as well. So I think we just kind of lost like the minimum there. Because he had open-ended on the flop. So he would have probably called our flop raise as well. Here we have 2, 3, 4, 5 double suited. I'm just gonna call, I'm just gonna limp. So this is a good hand. Post flop, you can make a lot of straights, flushes. Opponent starts off with like a one big blind bet. I'm just gonna call, even though this board is not looking so hot for us. We only have a 5 high flush draw, and we don't have any straight draws except for the 7, which will give us the dummy end of the straight. So our hand is not so amazing on that flop, but I think just one big blind bet, I think we can call and possibly hit a flush. He bets one big blind again. Just gonna call again. I don't think arithmetic mean is flatting with 7-5 or 7-10. So now on the turn we have like an inside straight draw, and we river the straight. We have straight with 2-5 now. So we have a straight from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in Omaha you have to use 2 cards from your hand. So in this particular instance we're using 2-5 and we're using 6, 4 and 3 from the flop. And he bets one big blind again. I'm going to raise it up to 1500 and hopefully get paid. Over here in the summit, very interesting. There's a raise, a call and a call. We only have 25 big blinds. We have ace jack. We could have the best hand most of the time here. I think I'm just going to pile it in. I just have a feeling like PRJ is opening off a wide range and Shani is flatting off a wide range. So I think just ripping it in here, a lot of dead money in my opinion. And ace jack should be good enough. Even if we get called by pocket 10s, pocket 9s, we still like a flip. It's a 50-50 against those hands. And or even if king jack or king queen calls, we're ahead of those hands. We are like a 60-40 against king queen with ace jack. So we're actually the favorite. And against king jack and queen jack, we are actually dominating them. Wow, this guy calls. He calls us with king 4, easy pickings. Someone just said easy pickings was a good player. This guy just called off my pre-flop all in with king 4 suited. And you told me he's a good player. That was not a good call. Guys, please, if you want to make money in poker, please don't make all-in calls, all-in pre-flop with king 4. Trust me, it's not going to benefit you and help you profit in the long run. It's a definitely losing call in the long run. Surprised to see that call by easy pickings, considering one of our viewers told me that he's a good player. He definitely did not play so great in that hand, and like so far on the table, I don't see him having played very well. So I don't know what that is all about. But yeah, we got the much needed double up, the crucial double up, guys, and we got a very cool 60 big blinds now, sitting on 59 big blinds with a stack of 38k. So let's go. Feels good, feels good. Definitely feels good. Getting some momentum going on the stream, getting the double up. Here we have a inside wrap. So any queen, any jack, any king would give us a straight. Now on the turn after the 8 comes, even a 9 would give us a straight. However, there's a flush draw, there are 2 spades. So if a spade comes, like a jack of spades for example, like it did just now, we make the straight with king queen. However, now we lose to a flush. So it's like a bit of a double-edged sword with a flush draw there, with an inside straight draw is like a bit of a double-edged sword. So that's why I'm just going to decide to check and just check call like maybe up to like 80% bet. If I would have decided to bet there and I would have gotten, if I had decided to raise there and I would have gotten, if I decided to raise and I would have gotten re-raised, then I wouldn't be feeling so comfortable about my hand anymore, like about my straight. So I might even consider folding then, depending on my opponent. So I think it's fine to check call. You could be checking back some flush draws on the turn. So yeah, I think it's fine to just check and call the river in that particular hand, last hand. Here we flop bottom set. I'm just gonna, and we also have a gut shot. I'm just gonna raise pot. I just hope he doesn't have pocket sevens or pocket kings, because we're doing very, very poorly against those hands. If he has a hand like a nut flush draw, I feel a lot more comfortable being in this particular spot and situation. Or even like a wrap, like maybe 4, 6, 9, 8. Wow. He does decide to 4-bet us. I don't know if folding a set would be a wise decision against this player. Yeah, I think I don't have any time bank. I'm just gonna go with it. If I had a little bit more time, maybe I would have decided to think about it and fold. But with no time bank, flopping a set, I think it's fine. On a flushing board, I think it's fine to get it in. Especially considering we already had doubled up and we already had double starting stack. So we do run into pocket kings, a higher set, and we do take a small hit. So it's a bit of a setback for us, but I mean it's not such a big deal. We're still in it with starting stacks. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna put my video off for exactly 30 seconds. And yeah, I'll just be back. I'm here. Still here guys, just someone just came into the room, so I decided to put my video off for a second. Hi Ashish, I just read your comment about the summit. Am I going to rebuy if I bust? No, I'm not going to rebuy if I bust. I'm not going to rebuy if I bust. I'm only playing with one bullet today in the summit, but if someone wants to play with rebuys, I would suggest that the best strategy for rebuying would be rebuying up to like a 30 big blind stack depth, especially if you're like someone with not a very big bankroll and you're someone who's new to the game, and someone who is like an intermediary or a semi-professional player. I think a strategy of rebuying up to 30 big blinds, if you're getting 30 big blinds, I think it's okay to rebuy. But if you're getting like less than that, like if you're getting like 25 big blinds or 20 big blinds or even 15 big blinds, I wouldn't suggest at that time or that stage of the tournament to re-enter. You can always wait for the next week to play the same tournament or play some other tournament with like a much deeper stack. It's always good to play deep. You can always make better decisions. You can fold big hands. You can get away from certain hands when you're playing much deeper, as opposed to if you're playing shallow stack and you have to, with like a 15 or a 20 big blind stack, you have to get it in a lot. You have to go all in a lot. Here, blind on blind, we have bottom pair. I'm going to call one big blind with the bottom pair and the backdoor flush draw. Wow, we would have made the nuts here in the PLO, but so does this guy have the nuts. We would have ended up chopping it with 447066625. He did have aces though. I mean, considering he had aces, I think our fold is perfectly fine to a 3 because we folded to a 3 bet. We folded to a big 3 bet. So I think considering that, I think it's fine. Here we turn a flush draw, no way we can fold now. We have to call even though he bets kind of big. We have a lot of implied odds with the flush. So yeah, if we river the flush, we should be getting paid a lot. However, he checks the river. Interesting. Do I want to bluff here? Do I want to just check it back? I think I'm going to go for a bluff. I don't see him calling with a lot of Jack X, 10X. I think he should fold a lot of Jack pairs like Queen Jack, King Jack, maybe King 10, Queen 10. I think that's what he had here. I'm pretty sure he had like a Jack pair or a 10 pair, which didn't improve. And the ace was just a very scary card, and so was the 7 on the river. 7 completed the straight, so he was then even losing to 9-8 and some other hands. So I think on that kind of run out, I think it's a good bluff. And as you see, it worked out pretty well for us, and he folded. We take that pot down. Thank you. It's a good hand on the button against a limp. I'm going to open it up. I'm trying to sit in the center. This is better line. We flop a gut shot. And the gut shot to the nuts, and we flop the nut flush draw, so pretty good flop for us. I'm gonna start off with a half pot continuation bet. Big blind goes all in. I'm just gonna go all in, isolate the big blind. Hopefully, everything we use is fold. We have good equity. Come on, we river it. We knock out a player, and we get dealt aces the very next hand. Poker gods are favoring us today, giving us a lot of suited aces in the PLO. In case you guys are wondering, I'm just eating some apples. It's good to stay be healthy, stay healthy and hydrated. These sessions can be long and very mentally and physically taxing. So it's good to stay hydrated, good to keep up with the good nutrition during playing long sessions. Interesting spot here. We opened for a 1K continuation bet and we got popped. I'm gonna call. I have a gutty and a backdoor flush draw, backdoor nut flush draw, and gut shot to the nuts. So if a 6 came, I would have the stone cold nuts. So that's why I called. It was another 3K and we both had like more than 32K behind. So we had good implied odds. I had good implied odds. Implied odds meaning that if I hit my card, then there's a good chance I'm gonna get paid. So that's why it makes sense to call, even though we don't have any immediate immediate outs, but we do have backdoor outs. So if we hit our gut shot, which is only 4 cards, or if we hit our backdoor runner on a flush draw, if we pick up the flush draw on the turn, then we can continue for another maybe half pot bet. Wow, Ace King, big slick. I'm gonna open up for like a 2.1 big blind raise. We'll raise it up to 1550. Get 2 callers. Here I'm just gonna lead for half pot with a flush draw and a set. Even though this is a very coordinated board, someone can already have us with Queen Jack, they can be beating us. The Ace King, I'm gonna start off with a check. Here I'm gonna make another value bet on the river. I don't think he has a straight. I'm gonna bet small. Induce maybe a bluff. So flop goes check, 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 check. Turn also goes check, check, check. And button raises 2100. Interesting spot. Ace high could be the best hand here. It's tough to continue though to another big bet on the river. I'm gonna call. I feel like Shani is a bit of a mischievous player. So he had pocket fives. We had decent equity against that hand on the turn. Any 7, any 6 would have given us the lead, and so would have an ace or a king. So I think that was a fine call. Maybe I could have even raised, but I think after checking the flop and the turn, raising wouldn't be very wise because he wouldn't give us respect for a jack or any kind of strong hands like sets on the flop. That would be checking twice. Maybe a set would check the flop and the turn since the turn it paired up. So maybe only sets, but apart from that, I don't think any hands check both flop and turn that check raise turn for value. So that's why it probably makes more sense to just let it go. Just call the turn, and then if we hit the river, then we can continue. Otherwise, we can just let it go. Mario, to answer your question, if you're talking about the PLO Tony, if you're talking about that particular hand where we had a set and there was a possibility opponent could have a straight with Queen Jack. If he had a straight with Queen Jack, he would not have checked the flop. He would have tried to build the pot on the flop so he can play for his stack. Because with the nuts, typically you want to be putting in all your chips. So he checked the flop. When we bet the turn for like half pot, he just flat called. Definitely if he's checking the flop with a straight to trap, then he has to raise the turn, because if he doesn't raise the turn by the river, it's already too late to build the pot. And the pot wasn't large enough for him to do a pot size jam. And with the nuts, like I said, you typically want to get all your chips in and you want to play for stacks. So that's why it's more of an instinctive thing, and with more that you play, with the more you play, more experience you get, you'll start to understand these intricacies of the game better. When your opponent is likely to have it, when he's not likely to have it, and his betting pattern and his playing style, that also dictates and tells you a lot about what he can have and what he could possibly have in that particular spot. So I hope I did that answers your question, and you understand what I meant, what I'm trying to, what I was trying to explain.
you can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones. You won't ache my soul, you can't get to me. And there is no barricade that I can tear away. Shoot me down the fire away. But I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight.
I'm gonna fold this hand in the PLO, and here I'm gonna raise, call off the big blind with Queen 9 offsuit. I'm just gonna raise, and if the big blind goes all in, I'm just gonna call it. Queen 9 should be the best hand most of the time. Queen high should be the best hand. Queen 9 high. Even on a flop like this, 7-7, 7-3-3, I'm just gonna, against a flat call from that stack size, he's gonna put it in. I think we still have the best hand. I don't think he has anything. Like I said, it just didn't feel like he had a strong hand in that spot.
Push me down to the ground. What goes around comes around. You won't put the flame out. You can't get to me. Say what you wanna say. Go take it all away. But I'm here to stay. No, you can't get to me. And there is no barricade that I can tear away. Shoot me down the fire away. But I'm a heavyweight.
I'm gonna re-raise here with the pocket kings, suited kings. Although this guy had potted, now that he's 4-bet me, I don't really feel so good about my pocket kings. I feel like he has pocket aces now. Might even fold. I think I'm gonna fold. I mean, when I re-raise there and he 4-bet jams, he just has to have aces. Like, I don't see him jamming with a weaker hand like pocket queens. He would just flat call me like and see a flop. The fact that he re-raised just tells me he had like aces. His hand is like a bit face up. We're gonna limp along with the ace-9, 3 queen, ace-9 suited. I'm gonna call here with the top pair, top kicker. He bets small. Just gonna call again. Maybe set it up for a river bluff. He bets one big blind. 1800 again. I'm gonna bluff here, even though I don't have any blockers. I don't have any 8s, any 6s. I just have a 3. I'm just gonna bluff here. I don't think he has a straight. If he had a straight, I think he would have bet more on the turn and more on the river. Yeah. He wouldn't have bet so small. I think he had more like a set or maybe two pairs more often than a set. That just wanted to get like a cheap showdown by betting small. So yeah, I think that was a good spot to apply aggression, and it worked out well. Here I'm going to open it up with the double suited King Jack 10-5. The 5 is not really a great card to have in PLO, since King Jack and 10 are all connected. They're all great cards to have in a hand, in one hand, but the 5 doesn't really help because it's not exactly connected. However, the 5 was of diamonds and so was the 10, so it was a double suited hand. So I thought it's a decent spot since we have 3 connected cards. Can still open up for a raise. On a 2 spade Queen 10 board, I decided to check back, take the free turn. And the turn is another spade and he bets pot. We're just going to let it go now. Over here, blind on blind, boom tilt. Limps, I'm going to open it up for a 3 big blind raise to 2400. Hopefully he's gonna re-raise us. He just calls. Flop is king 10-3. King high flop. I'm gonna check back on this flop. He does have some king x in his range. So I'm just gonna keep the pot size a bit small and maybe call a turn bet, even if it's a large one, possibly. Wow. He makes a very large bet. 6,300. Against such a large bet, I might just fold. What I meant by large bet was like maybe 4,500, like, or like 3k, like 3/4 of the pot. That I was prepared to call. But an over bet, yeah, I think he could have had a king there quite often. He could have also had ace jack, could have had some flush draws. And if that's what he had, then nice hand, well played. But I think he wouldn't. I think he wouldn't do that very often with weak hands like gut shots and flush draws, because we were the pre-flop aggressor and we could easily be trapping by checking the flop. So I think it's fine to just lay it down. Okay, we river a full house here. Now I'm gonna bet for value. I'm gonna bet 48.50. Hope he calls us with like a jack, or jack would have probably bet the flop return, to be honest. So maybe like a 10 pair or like a pocket pair, like pocket queens, pocket king, something like that, or even pocket nines might call sometimes. I'm gonna fold here with the 7 to 8-4. It's a very mediocre hand, like only suited was 7 and 2 and not so connected. So I'm just gonna let that go pre-flop. You're welcome, Mario. Like I said, my goal of doing this stream was mainly to impart knowledge and help others get better at the game that I am so passionate about and that I love so much. So the fact that my answer helped you, or this just means a lot to hear that, and that's, like I said, that's why I'm doing this, and it gives me a lot of satisfaction to help others grow and get better at this beautiful game. And it's just gonna make the poker environment much more competitive, much more fun, and that's what I want at the end of the day, for people to be able to see what is running through the minds of the professionals and through these regular players who are playing day in and day out and printing money. So just a little insight into my mind. Great spot here with the pocket aces and the PLO. I'm just gonna pot it. I'm just gonna repot, make it 8400, and yeah. Thank you, Sandeep. Sandeep says nice background music. I like it. Thank you, Sandeep. Like, this is a no copyright. It's a copyright-free music playlist that I'm just playing off YouTube. If you have any guys have any suggestions for any other copyright music that you guys would like to listen to, please feel free to write in chat, and I'll do my best to find it and play it for you. So wow, a dream flop for us in the PLO. We 3-bet pot pre-flop with aces, and we flop the nut flush. I'm gonna start off with a check and make them think that I don't have any flush or any diamonds, and that I'm just kind of giving up now because I'm scared. I want to make them think that I'm scared of the flush. So I'm kind of giving up now. I think the second check is really going to solidify that opinion that I don't have anything. In their minds, it's going to solidify the fact that I don't have anything because I checked it twice. And the reason I can check it twice here is because the pot is already 28k and I only have 28k behind. So even if he would have checked back on the turn, I could have gone all in on the river. I could have bet pot 28k on the river and still played for stacks. And he calls off and he's drawing dead. He has a 10 high flush. And we take him down. We take that hand down. So good game to our opponent Pokeria. Unlucky that you had unlucky he had a 10 high flush there. You know, it's tough to get away in that spot once your opponent checks twice. Very likely your opponent does not have a flush there once he checks twice. So I don't blame him for stacking off there with a 10 high flush.
In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?
I'm going to fold the King Queen 5-5. Folding this as well. I'm gonna fold the ace-9 offsuit of a 36 big blind stack. I could have called, but I don't know. I just don't have a good feeling about this hand. I could have called Garvi Gujarat, who should be opening fairly wide of 29 big blind stack. Could have called him with the ace-9 in position, but like I said, just didn't have a good feeling about the hand. And offsuit is, it's not the best of hands. Ace-9 offsuit is not really the best of hands, anyways. It's a great flop. We flop trip 10s. with queen high kicker, and our opponent leads out to a pot size bet. I'm going to start off with just a call, because that kind of disguises our hand strength, and at the same time, if he's bluffing, it's going to give him reason to bet again. And also, the third reason is that a lot of the times he does have a 10 here when he does this. So he does this with ace 10, king 10, 10 6, pocket sixes. But our hand is way too strong, and we have a lot of draws. We can board up with an 8, with a 4, with a queen. I'm going to call one more time. We also had a flush draw with queen 8 of spades, so we hit the flush, and now our opponent checks. A very interesting spot. To go for value or to check back? I think check back is fine. The pot is pretty inflated, and I don't really see him calling a big bet on the river with just a weak 10. Maybe like ace 10 he might consider a call, but I think other 10s he would just fold. Like in this scenario, he also had a 10. He had 10 9 3 5. So he just had a 10 trip 10s with a 9 kicker. But having seen his cards in hindsight, I feel like we missed out on value there. We could have gotten maybe his whole stack if we had decided to go all in on the turn. We might have gotten his whole stack over there. But then there was always the danger that he has ace 10 or king 10, and he was already doing all the betting for us. He bet pot on the flop and the turn. So if he was bluffing and he didn't have the 10, then it doesn't make sense to scare him away, scare him out of the pot by re-raising him there itself. It's better to let him, keep him in, flat call, allow him to bluff again. That's what he was doing. Here we have a semi-wrap, an open-ended straight flush draw. I'm just calling for the straight flush draw. On a paired board, the mini wrap doesn't hold any value, the 10-7-9. Even though we do hit the nut straight now, and some of the time the straight would be good, but because it's a paired board, it just seems likely our opponent can have a board already, a full house, and our straight can be no good, as a full house beats a straight. But against this particular opponent who just loves betting trips, I think I'm gonna go with it. A straight might be the best hand already. It's not necessary that he has to have. Right. Like I said, he had trips again. He did not have the boat. He did not have the full house. And he was just betting his trips again on the turn. And he had a flush draw to go with it. He had a king, queen of spades. So it was a good run out for us. We were ahead. We had the most equity on the turn when all the chips went in. And yeah, it was a good result. And we knock out another opponent. Good game to MH1024. Unlucky there. So now we increase our stack in the PLO event, the PLO Tony, to 140k, and our position is now 1 out of 15. Seems to be going really well now, and have a really good feeling about this tournament now. Feeling confident. Here against a min raise and big raise from Poker Kriya, I think it's fine to call. But we need very specific kind of flops. This might not be one of them. Although we do flop the nut flush draw. I think we'll have to call it off now. Just get it in and hope to hit a spade. Just hoping our opponent does not have a house. Yes, we do hit the spade. And yes, we do knock out an opponent. We made another flush. It's really nice. The only reason why I called with such a weak hand like ace 5, 4, 3 in that scenario was because I have all the chips. I'm the chip leader. So if anyone can call in position, I had position on my opponent there. My opponent 3-bet me from the small blind. So if anyone can call in position, it's the chip leader. He has all the chips, so he can afford to play weak hands and semi-decent hands in position. Because in position, the benefit of being in position is you can always bluff your opponent out, even if you don't make the best hand. But you detect and you sense that your opponent is weak. You can always try to bluff him on the flop or on a later street like the turn or the river. So yeah, all in all, I think I don't hate our play. I think it's pretty okay. I'm happy with the result we got there. So further increasing our stack to 173k and solidifying our position as the chip leader in this PLO event. We've been fairly quiet though in the summit. Haven't really been getting a lot of cards and just been patiently waiting for. Mario, that particular scenario about that hand, you could have avoided that hand by just folding pre-flop. I'm raising pot against a raise and 3 calls or 2 calls. I'm raising pot from the blinds, 8400. I'm not doing that without pocket aces, suited pocket aces. Most of the time, I'm not going to do that. Very occasionally will I flip over a bluff there, or will I be doing that with a weak hand? So the fact that I'm potting should tell you I have pocket aces. It should send alarm bells ringing in your head, where you should know that okay, this guy is re-raised pot, and you should just fold it pre-flop. You should not be calling that. You should not be calling weak to marginal hands pre-flop when your opponent has raised pot into a raise and 3 calls. So my advice for that spot, if you're trying to put yourself in my opponent's place and perceive the hand from that perspective, then I would say that you would just fold that hand pre-flop against such a big 3-bet, pot size 3-bet. Here we flop trips with pocket jacks. I'm gonna bet slightly big, 3600 into 4800. Because there's a flush draw, there's some straight draws, and I want to be protective, and MH is a little bit of a sticky player. Got ace 5 offsuit in the big blind. start off with just a call. I'm gonna defend my big blind. We flop top pair on a backdoor straight draw. Start off with a check and maybe call. Not very. If he bets small, I think we're gonna call. 2k we're gonna call, and we turn 2 pairs. So we only lose to pocket 7s, pocket 3s, lose to 4-6, lose 4. I feel safe to bet out, lead out here, because I see him checking back a lot of ace jack, ace king, ace 10. So I think it makes more sense to lead here and ask him the question: can you call? Do you want to play for my whole stack on the river? Since I bet so much on the turn, I'm most likely going to go all in on the river. Are you prepared to play for my stack? By leading out there, you're kind of asking him that question and putting the pressure back on him by leading into it. I think though my bet sizing could have been a little smaller, rather than betting 7,300, 7,200, I could have bet maybe 6k, 6,500. I think I would have preferred that, betting slightly smaller. But definitely I like my play by leading out there and trying to realize my equity and also protect my hand a little bit in that scenario. I'm gonna fold this hand 6-6 ace 4, 6-4 suited. If the ace was also suited with the 6, if it was ace 6 of hearts, then I would have definitely played this. Suited aces have a lot of value in Omaha because you can make the nut flush and like get paid off by like smaller flushes. So always makes sense to play good hands with suited aces in them. Especially if you have a deep stack. The ace 3, 31 BB. I could open from the cutoff, but then I just feel like the button stack is so big, he calls so often, and ace rag, like small aces, they don't play so well post flop out of position. If I was in position, like if I was on the button, then I would have probably raised. But because I was in the cutoff and the button had a big stack, I just feel as though I can be folding ace rags there because I don't want to be playing post flop out of position against big stacks with ace rag and small aces. And also by folding a lot, your opponents tend to give you more credit when you're in a hand. So when I do end up raising, people will think that I have more of a nutted range, and
stranger.
I can also possibly get away with more bluffs by playing a little bit tighter pre-flop, by constructing a tight pre-flop range. I can actually exploit more post-flop because my two opponents will tend to put me on a more nutted range. So guys, another break started. Going to be back after the break. 5 minute break started. I'm gonna put on the ad and see you guys in 5. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon. Stay tuned for some more action in the PLO on PokerStars and the summit on PokerBazi. Now I'm just gonna put on the ad and see you guys right after the break.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thank you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thank you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thank you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thank you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thank you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thank you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thank you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thank you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thanks to you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thanks to you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thanks to you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thanks to you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack University. Would like to thanks to you for giving so much knowledge about the poker.
Guys, I joined Bigstack 3 months ago, and I can tell you it's a very, very profitable platform to learn poker. Course content is very good.
It's the best day that I chose to subscribe to it, and I recommend everyone.
I took the Bigstack course a week ago, and the response has been phenomenal.
Hello, Bigstack.
Hi guys, we're back. I'm gonna defend. Oops, I was gonna defend here with the pocket five. And that's a nice flop for pocket fives. And we had the flush draw with it as well. We had a 6-high flush draw to go with the set. It's a really nice flop for us. Unfortunately, I got timed out. I wasn't able to call in time. So that's another thing, guys. When you're playing poker online, make sure you're very alert. Make sure you're very, very focused. And make sure you don't miss out on any opportunities. Because believe you me, every single decision matters. Every single decision that you make throughout the course of the tournament, from the beginning till the end, has an impact on the overall result. So try to make as few mistakes as you possibly can. And that should already, if you're not making any mistakes, that should already give you like a big advantage and like already give you an edge. Because people tend to make a lot of mistakes. Here I'm going to open up from the cutoff with King Jack suited from 29 BB stack. 29 big blinds. I have a decent, fairly healthy stack. And King Jack suited is a good suited Broadway hand. To open up, I think is pretty fine over here. Against lead out by Shani, I'm just gonna flat call in case he's bluffing with like a 7-pair or a weaker king. I could just go all in, but I'm just gonna call because in case he wants to like maybe bluff again, I'm gonna give him that chance. Maybe sometimes what people do is that they bet really big on the flop and when you go all in, they fold for the rest of the chips, even though it's not a lot more, it's only 11k more chips. They still sometimes just fold. That's why I flatted. And again, I'm gonna call. And like you said, like you see, he had 8-5. He had an open-ended straight draw. So yeah. We managed to hold, and we double up. We increase our stack to 50 big blinds. We get ace jack, early position, short-handed, only 6 people. I'm going to open up for a min raise with ace jack. Ace jack is a strong hand, especially 6-handed. Not a lot of players on the table, and we're just opening up the action with the min raise. Flop is 8-8-10 to spades. Garvi Gujarat. A bit of an aggressive player. I'm going to check back on this flop. Hope to hit an ace or a jack on the turn. The turn is an ace, and now we make top pair. Now I'm going to lead out for slightly under half pot, like around 2600. We get a call from Garvi Gujarat, and I'm going to make another value bet on the river. I think I'm going to bet 4400, 4 big blinds. He should be calling us pretty wide, and he does, and we take that pot down. And we chip up some more, and now we have 55 big blinds. The blinds just went up to 600, 1200. And our stack goes up to 65,880, and we have a healthy 55 big blind stack. So it seems to be going really well, guys, in both the tournaments, and I'm hoping for a nice nice first place today in at least one of them, if not both. I'm going to just complete from the small bag. 800 chips more to call, that's it. It's not a very good flop in the Omaha. We'll check. Check it again. Wow, interesting flop here in the summit. We flop bottom 2 pair. It's going to lead out. I just feel like PRJ checks back a lot on that flop, especially after limping, and the small and big blind being in the hand. I just feel like that's kind of range. The deuce 3-8 is very much in the range of the small and the big blind. So yeah, I feel like leading out there is not bad. It's pretty good. Realize your equity with the 2 pairs. Hi Pandey, your question was, doesn't it bother me about Summit stack and my ranking in Summit? No, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't think about things like rankings and stack sizes all that much. Like if I am short stack, I don't let it try to bother me. I just try to play my game, because like I said, eventually everyone gets good cards. So it's about being patient, it's about waiting for the good hands. It's about having a positive mindset, positive outlook, because when you're positive, you attract success. You attract results, good results. So it's very important to have a strong mindset while you're playing. For this, I think you can try to meditate. You can try to do other techniques, work out. That helps a lot in your terms of your focus, in terms of your mindset. Anything that you can do to clear your mindset out of it, it's breathing exercises, yoga. If you play a sport like tennis, cricket, whatever, whatever you do basically that you can basically do to clear out your mind and calm yourself before getting into a session, that would be my advice. Try and do that. And if you ever feel like you're doing something or you're acting in a way which is counterproductive towards playing, like while you're playing, you're doing and saying certain things that are actually harming you or harming your game and stopping you from achieving your full potential, then make a note. Just start making notes of these things. It's good to just have a pen and paper with you at all times when you're just sitting and playing. Just start making notes, start penning down your thoughts, start penning down, whatever you're thinking when you're playing, as and when you're playing, and you will realize that over the course of time, these notes will actually help you and benefit you a lot, because it'll give you an insight into your mind, into how your mind works, and into possibly areas where you can, areas you can work upon. Hi, Dipanjan Das. Welcome to the stream, brother. Dipanjan asked, Armaan, why do you late register most Tonys and stars? Dipanjan, the reason for that is because I just feel comfortable playing with the short stack, because I played, like I was saying during the beginning of the stream when I was talking more about myself and my experience with poker. I mentioned that I used to play a lot of hyper turbos, and I played a lot of hyper turbos. Hyper turbos are basically tournaments where you start off with a decent size stack, and then as and when gradually the blinds go up, your stack size becomes lesser. So the average stack becomes like 10 to 15 big blinds. So you're playing very shallow stacks towards the end, the second half of the tournaments, and they're fairly short tournaments. So I've had a lot of experience playing those tournaments, so I feel very comfortable playing short stack, and I feel like the player pool on PokerStars India is fairly soft, and I think I can late register and run up a stack a reasonable amount of the time. But to a newcomer, I wouldn't, or someone who's an intermediary or a beginner to the game, I wouldn't recommend buying in during the late registration or very late into the tournaments, because like I said, playing with more chips, you have an advantage. When you play deeper stack, you can make better decisions. You can make, you can make some big laydowns from time to time when the need be. So yeah, over here we have a straight with Jack 9 and we have trip 10s. I'm just gonna bet maybe around 2/3 and then re-evaluate on the river. So the river, we river the nut straight, and we're just gonna check it and call a small bet. He checks back, and our straight is good. We take down that pot. So we're increasing our stack up to 181 and coming first out of 17. Gonna fold the ace, jack 9-7, jack 7 suited hand. Even though I have the button and it's only one big blind to call. I wish I hadn't folded now. After seeing that flop, flopping the stone cold nuts, ace jack being the nut straight on this board, have been the best possible hand. Thank you, Veko. Thank you, Veko. Welcome to the stream, brother. And thank you for the good luck and for hoping that I shipped. Means a lot. So we finally get a good starting hand in the summit. We get Ace Queen. Yet again, we get a good hand, and I'm gonna start off with a min raise. I'm gonna fold this 6675 in the Omaha. We come for a min raise. Both the small blind and the big blind call us. Flop comes 774. So it's a small flop. My opponents can easily have a 7, a 4 in their range. So I'm just gonna check back. I'm gonna see a turn. This is a flop where I could have continuation bet because it's a paired board. So it's paired board is always there's always a chance your opponents don't have anything when there's a paired board. It's less likely there are only 2 cards they can have to connect with that board. But I'm going to check back here on the turn and the river is a king. We can bet here and try to represent a king. We can also just check back and hope that our ace queen is the best hand. I think I'm just going to check back. So eating seeds had a 4 pair and he takes down that small size pot. You're welcome, Pandey. I'm glad that I could help. I'm glad that my comment, you appreciated my comments. It means a lot. You want to know my Facebook or Insta ID? My Facebook or Insta ID, okay. I don't usually use Facebook. I'm not very active on social media. But you can find me on Facebook by my name, Armaan Kochhar. And yeah, I don't usually accept requests of anyone I don't know. So please don't send me any requests because if I don't know you, I'm not going to accept your request. But definitely keep following the channel, the Bigstack Poker University channel, and keep following my stream. This should be a regular feature. This stream should be a regular feature from now onwards. You should be seeing a lot more of me on their channel, and I look forward to it. And yeah, stay tuned. Maybe we can, get to know each other through the stream. Hi guys, sorry about the video. I had to just quickly switch it off because I had someone walk into the room. I had to just quickly turn it off. I'm gonna put it back on in exactly 10 to 20 seconds. So you're gonna see me very soon, in case you're wondering what happened to the video. So in the Omaha we have bottom two pair. Bottom two pair is like not very strong. We have no redraws, so I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna fold. If we had redraws, I would have considered making a call. But with no redraws, I think it's safe to just fold it there. And I'm back. Video is back, guys. I'm going to open up the King Jack offsuit in the summit. Hold it to us. Sorry guys, sending the link to some of my friends who want to watch the stream. So King Jack, we raise pre-flop. 3 people call us. Flop is King Queen 4. I feel fairly good about our hand here on this flop, but I decided to check and see what to do. PRJ comes in for a half pot raise. We're gonna call. We're not gonna fold for sure. I was thinking whether I should check raise on this board or just flat call. But I think I like our decision to just call this, and on the turn I'm gonna lead out for a half pot. So I think by leading out I can rep a lot of ace x 2 pairs. I can rep a lot of 10 jacks, and I'm just gonna go all in and rep the 10 jack again. He could have had some flush draws also, like there were 2 spades, 2 clubs. He could have had spades, could have had clubs with one pair, with a pair and flush draw, and he decides to fold the river, and that's a great pot, guys. Come on, we increase our stack to 90k. We have 65 big blinds. Let's go. In case you guys are wondering what these color tags mean on the Pokerbazi table, so the red tag is for players who I perceive as being loose aggressive, and they're not necessarily players who are not experienced. Like Worm 33 is actually this player called what is his name? He was on Abhishek Goendi's podcast. Neil Joshi. He's actually a good player. I actually played live with him as well in Goa. He's actually a fairly decent player. but he does tend to be a bit sticky post flop, and he is a bit loose aggressive. Similarly with this player Daddu is also very very aggressive and a bit loose aggressive. What we call lag in poker terminology, loose aggressive. Boom tilt is, I think, Lakshpal Singh. He's a poker professional who plays for Poker Guru staking. Here I decided to turn my hand into a bluff on the river because I have the 10, so I'm blocking the straight. Unlikely he has a straight, given that he checked on the river. I feel like given the pot size what it was, yeah, he would have possibly bet the river as well and not just checked, because he would probably want to get paid some more. Here I'm going to raise it up with the King Queen 6-5 double suited. It's a pretty decent Omaha hand, heads up, two-way. And we're going to defend the Ace 3 suited from the big blind. Only 2400 to win 7800, getting a great price. We flop a backdoor flush draw and ace high. Opponent continues for around 40% bet. I think at this stage it's fine to float, but I think I'm going to fold. Fine to call, they're out of position, but I just felt as though I preferred fold. Hello, welcome Karan Batra, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. So for those of you who are new to the stream who just joined, we're playing two tournaments, one on Pokerbazi. The one which has got a black color background is the one on Pokerbazi. That's 8,000 rupee buy-in, 80,250 to be precise. And first place is around 9 lakh rupees, 8 lakh rupees. So it's got a big prize pool. And you can see we got some good players on our table. Worm 33 being Neil Joshi, Boom Tilt being Lakshpal Singh. So yeah, it's a decent tournament with a great prize pool and got some good players, and we seem to be doing fairly well.
I loved you, okay?
We have 53 big blind stack. The other tournament we're playing is a PLO tournament, Pot Limit Omaha. It's 880 rupee buy-in, much smaller buy-in and much smaller prize pool, only 50k guarantee. First place being around 20,000 rupees. This tournament is on PokerStars India, and currently we are coming 1 out of 16 in the PLO. And in the Pokerbazi tournament we are coming 38 out of 167. We've been playing, we've been live for, I think, I'm just gonna check, we've been live for 2 hours and 22 minutes now. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. For those of you who've been watching the stream for a while, I hope you guys are enjoying it. And those of you who are new to the stream, welcome to the stream. And please make yourselves feel at home, and any questions I'll be happy to answer. I'm going to put off my video for another 1 or 2 minutes and take a 1 or 2 minute break from the video. But my audio is still on, and I'll still be talking through the hands. Great spot to pick up pocket kings from middle position. We'll start off with memories. We got just what we wanted. The aggressive big blind player, he goes all in and we have to call. We need to dodge one card, which is an ace, and we do. And we knock out another player. We increase our stack to 1.12 lakhs, further solidifying our position in this tournament. Got ace 3 suited in the small blind. I'm gonna call UTG open and button call. Getting good price, 3k to win 11.4k. Gonna call and try to hope to flop a flush on a straight. Or even two pairs or trip threes. Any of these kind of boards flops would be great flops to continue on. So we flop, we didn't completely whiff the flop. We flopped bottom pair and a backdoor flush draw. Well, honestly, I wouldn't know much about stables. This is to answer your question, Ashish Kumar. I don't know so much about poker stables in India, but I know that there are some that exist. One of them is called IPPA. Another one is run by Poker Guru. So maybe you can try to reach out to them on their social media forums, social media platforms, and take it from there. But just so you know, they don't entertain everybody. They want certain criteria from a player who's looking to become a professional. They want a certain amount of experience. They want you to have certain results as well. So I would say that if you're interested in playing for a stable, I'd say first you start off on your own and try to get some experience, and before you approach them and pursue that kind of path. I'm here, guys. I'm going to open it up here with the Ace Jack, Queen 6, Ace Jack suited. We flop top pair. To start off with the check. Another spade coming. I'm gonna just check it back. I'm gonna fold. I think we're gonna fold. Oh, I decided to call, and it worked out. We had our two pairs were good. So I was not sure whether he had a flush or not there because he checked the turn. So if he had a flush,
Do nice people choose the wrong?
if he had a flush, he probably wouldn't have checked the turn. If he had two spades in his hand, he'd want to start betting out to build a pot because he had 111k, I had 176k. I'm like the table chip leader, so he's going to try to get some value out of his flush. So the fact that he checked back, it just seemed unlikely that he had a flush. So I decided to go for the call in the end. Wow, guys, we're getting cards. We get the Cowboys under the gun. I'm gonna start off with the min raise. We'll get re-raised. This is a spot where we can flat call or go for a 4-bet. I think I'm going to go for a 4-bet. But not very large because I don't want to chase away my customer. And that's a great flop. Queen high flop. Unless he has pocket queens, of course. I see us betting here and getting it in against a jam, against an all-in. I'm going to bet small. I'm going to start off with like 28%, 25% sizing. Because we have like a spade, so in case he has a flush draw, we're blocking the flush. He calls and the turn is a jack of spades. A very interesting turn card. Just gonna just go all in. And he folds. So nice hand. Yellow Tony, I'm gonna fold this. Ace 4, 9, 10, Ace 4 suited. Hi Rohit, welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, right. The reason you can't see me is because I'm just taking a 5-minute break to have my dinner, and that's why I was just like put my video off. But I'll put it back on in the next 1 or 2 minutes. As soon as I'm done, like I'm almost done with my food, because it's important to eat on time, and can't be hungry through long sessions. So I'm just gonna put it back on in like a minute or two. I'm gonna put the video back on. Hi guys, I'm back. My apologies for the video, for switching off the video, but hunger strikes. Gotta eat when you gotta eat. You know, with the ace 9, I can call, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna fold. I have a nice stack. I feel like I should be a bit conservative at this stage of the tournament. And given my stack size, I think I should be playing fairly tight, not getting involved in too many pots. Now that I've managed to amass a reasonable stack, a reasonable number of chips. I'm going to open it up here on the button with the pocket twos. Open it up for a min raise. It's a good flop for pocket twos to maybe to make a continuation bet. I'm going to bet 2100, really small. Don't need to bet too much. Betting small achieves the same thing as betting slightly more on this kind of board texture. And over here in the PLO we have aces, single suited aces. I'm gonna raise pot. With the pocket twos I'm gonna check back the turn now that he calls the flop. I'm gonna decide to check back, and I'm gonna check back the river as well. And he was calling with overcards, queen 10. He has queen high and we went with pocket twos. Okay, interesting spot in the PLO. We raised for pot pre-flop and the board comes down. King, king, jack, two spades. We have the aces with the nut flush draw. The pot is fairly inflated. We have around twice the size of the pot behind. I think I'm going to start off with a check for pot control and also to maybe make it look like we could have a king, you know, and be trapping, which is possible. Turn he bets 40k. I'm gonna call. I mean, it's not necessary that he has to have a king or a jack there. He does have it some of the time, and even if he has a king or a lonely king or a jack and not a full house, then we can always hit a flush. We had the nut flush draw and we had the aces, so we could always hit the ace as well. Luckily for us, the river was an ace, and we made the top full house, and he decided to check on the river, and I decided to go all in on the river, and it worked out fairly well. He folded the river. Would have been nice to get paid off another 100k though. Our stack would have been like skyrocketing then. Still have very healthy stack, still chip leading by a fair margin in this Omaha tournament on PokerStars. King Jack offsuit, 75 big blinds. I'm gonna raise. I mean, this is like the bottom of my raising range with the stack depth. But because it's short-handed, it's only 7 players on the table. King Jack should be doing fairly well a lot of the time. I'm gonna raise up the 7-7-10 Jack on the button in the PLO Tony. Here I'm gonna start off with a small continuation bet of 4,000. So around 30%, 28-30% of the pot. I think that's enough to take it down. If they don't have anything, they should be folding a lot of the time. The fact that he calls of such a small stack is not a great sign. We turn a gut shot. I'm inclined to check back now. Could have gone all in on the turn and put the pressure on him if he had like a 3 or like 5s or 6s or 7s or 8s. But I just feel like those hands call off a lot when a 9 comes on the turn. Here I'm just gonna fold. Don't know how often King Jack is gonna be the best hand there. Didn't feel so confident about a hand on the river and decided to make the laydown. Gonna open up the Ace King 3-4, Ace King 3 of clubs. I feel like right now I have a lot of the chips, all the chips, so I should put pressure with medium strength holdings as well. So even this hand, for example, Ace Queen 6-3. It's a very mediocre medium strength hand, but I'm still gonna open it up because it still has good playability and good equity post flop. And a lot of these people are going to be playing very tight, trying to get into the money. 12 people left, 7 people get paid, so they have to survive 5 more people before they get their money back and make some money in this tournament. So I feel like at this stage they're going to be playing fairly tight, and I can somewhat try to exploit that by opening up my raises, my range, my opening UTG raise ranging, UTG opening range. By fairly loosening it up a little bit, I think I can exploit them. Because like I said, they should be playing fairly tight. Flop point, check here in the Omaha. Interesting turn. Gives us a gut shot now. King would give us the nuts. But I feel like one of them has to have a straight already and can't be playing just for a king. Even though we're getting 4-1. I'm gonna change up the music as well, guys. Play something different. I have nothing here in the summit, just have deuce 5. I was in the big blind, it was a limp pot. PRJ limp, the Russian also limp. Boom tilt completed from the small blind and I just checked. Flop was check, turn was check. River also I'm going to check. I don't see anyone having a queen after they all check, but I don't really feel like bluffing. I have a nice stack. I don't want to risk it and unnecessarily give it away to someone who might be trapping with a queen. Or with like someone who might just decide to hero call me with a set or 2 pairs. So yeah, I think happy there to just like check it down, not bluff. Even though I knew that no one had a queen there. I was highly inclined towards thinking no one had a queen. Here I'm folding the 9-10 off. In the PLO we made the nuts. I'm gonna bet pot. Try to get in as much money as I can on the turn as we have no redraws. And Omaha is the game where the nuts change with every card. So what are the nuts on the turn might not be the nuts on the river. And people tend to call a lot because they have 4 cards in the hand, so they always tend to have some kind of 2 pair or some kind of flush draw. So yeah.
When you want to get off that darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers to see this too. When you want to get off that darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down.
Right now we're playing the waiting game. We're just waiting it out. We're just taking our time, making our decisions, slowly and gradually waiting for good hands, premium hands, strong holdings, and like try to exploit our opponents, waiting for them to make the mistakes, as opposed to over trying or trying too hard and making the mistakes ourselves. It's good to be patient. It's good to wait it out. It pays off. Guys, we're about to go on to another break in 1 minute. The next break is about to start in 1 minute. So just to give you guys an update before the break, we're playing 2 tournaments. One is Poker Bazi Summit, 35L guarantee, and the other one is a PLO 50k guarantee on PokerStars India. We're coming 1 out of 10 in the PLO and we're coming 18 out of 149 in the summit on Bazi. So far it's been a great stream. We've been getting lucky and we've had some success, and cards have been falling our way, and we hope to have that continue and run up really big stacks and hopefully ship at least one if not both of these tournaments. Anyways, see you guys after the break. I'm going to put on an ad and I'll be back in 5 minutes. Guys, stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
I'll try and explain my thought process while playing through some of these hands.
Hands like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s, all these are monster hands on these kind of flops.
I'll try and explain my thought process while playing through some of these hands.
Hands like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s, all these are monster hands on these kind of flops.
I'll try and explain my thought process while playing through some of these hands.
Hands like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s, all these are monster hands on these kind of flops.
I'll try and explain my thought process while playing through some of these hands.
Hands like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s. All these are monster hands on these kind of flops.
I'll try and explain my thought process while playing through some of these hands.
Hands like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s. All these are monster hands on these kind of flops.
I'll try and explain my thought process while playing through some of these hands.
Hands like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s. All these are monster hands on these kind of flops.
I'll try and explain my thought process while playing through some of these hands.
Hands like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s. All these are monster hands on these kind of flops.
I'll try and explain my thought process while playing through some of these hands.
Hands like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s. All these are monster hands on these kind of flops.
I'll try and explain my thought process while playing through some of these hands.
Hands like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s. All these are monster hands on these kind of flops.
Hi guys, welcome back to the stream, to the dream stream, if I may say so myself. Nice turn, we make the nuts. And he bets out pot. I'm just gonna call and disguise strength of our hand. If I raise there, my hand is like pretty much face up. I'm telling him I have queen jack. If I flat call there, then he might just think that I'm calling him with a bottom end, like at the lower end of the straight, or like a two pair or a set hand. And when I raise him on the river here, he might not always give me credit for having the nuts. He might think, oh, this guy just flat called me on the turn. If he had the nuts, why would he flat call me on the turn? Why wouldn't he raise me on the turn itself to try to build up the pot size? And this way, if he was bluffing the turn, it gives him an opportunity to bet some more on the river. As opposed to if I would have just raised the turn and he would have just folded straight up. So we would have missed out on that 18k bet that he made on the river. So maybe that explains, that would explain why I decided to play the hand the way I did. And guess what, guys? We're on the final table of the PLO Deep 6 Max Turbo and PokerStars 50k guarantee. 880 rupee buy-in has started. Finally started, and we are chip leading the final table. We're coming 1 out of 7. Let's go, guys. Let's go, chat. Let's take this tournament down. Would be a good feeling to take down a tournament on my very second. This is the second stream I'm doing, so it'd be a great feeling to take down a tournament on my second stream. I'm gonna get the music back out. Wow. We just flopped the world. So we flopped a 10 and we also have kings full. I don't think it gets much better than that. Checking obviously to deceive a little bit and maybe give our opponents give them the thought that we might just not have anything. Now I'm gonna bet now. I'm gonna come out with like a 16,000 bet. Mera Desh Mahan snap calls. So this would make me think that he could possibly have a 10, or he could have a hand now that he would want to maybe turn into a bluff on this river. I'm gonna bet really small. I'm gonna give him that opportunity. If he thinks I don't have a 10, he might just decide to bluff this river card. And he doesn't. He folds. We take down another decent sized pot and increase our chip lead some more. We got some new viewers, Leo TV, Arjun, Parashar. Hi guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your time here. Hi Manik Basin. Manik Basin says hello. Hi Manik. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed our stream today. I'm gonna fold the Queen 6 10 4. Interesting spot. Raven Law opening, call digger calling, hand being 8-10 suited, King Jack. Decent hand. I would have liked it more if the King Jack was also suited. I can call here. I think it's better to just let them fight it out. But because I have the button and I have decent connectivity, I think it's okay to call. But yeah, I think I would have preferred a fold and to have let these two fight it out rather than getting involved in the spot. They both check the flop. I check back as well. The turn is a 10. Now we have a jack pair. The turn is a jack. Now we have a jack pair, and we have an open-ended straight draw. At this point, they both have checked. I'm gonna come in for a bluff. I'm gonna bet pot. I'm gonna try and to get them to fold like a queen pair or maybe like a queen deuce queen 4 kind of hand. And they both folded. So that was a good result. It worked out well. Now we have a beautiful hand, ace queen suited, king 10. I'm gonna open up for 3x. 3 times the big blind, 21k raise. We get ace deuce in the big blind, eating seeds opens for a min raise. I'm gonna defend with the ace deuce. Flop comes 2 3 4. It's a good flop for our hand. We have a pair and we have a gut shot. He checks back and the turn is a 6. I'm gonna check it again. See what he does. He checks twice, and the river is a jack. And at this point, I'm just gonna raise. I'm just gonna overbet the pot. I'm gonna bet 16.5k into pot of 12.5k. Make it look like I have a 5 that was just checking to maybe check raise the turn. So he's basically trying to deceive, and since it got no action, then decided to make a overbet value bet on the river. Wow, if we had played this, we would have flopped the nut straight. But we had like 3 clubs in our hand. So our flush draw wasn't very live. Our straight flush was not live. If it was double suited, I would have probably played it. And the turn, as you can see, the board gets bad for our hand, and now 10 jack is the nut straight. Which is what I guess Himcat is repping by making that big raise on the turn. Now we get 10-10, 10-10, king 7, king 10 suited. I'm gonna fold. I could have min raised and opened it up here. But deciding to play a little bit tight with the chip lead. I'm gonna open up the 7-8 suited on the button here. It's folded to me. A 57 BB stack. I think it's fine to open medium suited connected hands like the 7-8 suited. Okay, I'm gonna fold the Jack 7-5-3 in the big blind.
Targeting, laser focused targeting. That's all you need to fix your Facebook ad.
Gonna fold this hand. It's bad on my hand. And there's a raise and a re-raise. Gonna, wait it out. Folding the 10-5 suited from UTG.
Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now. I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be enough.
Big blind, 21k raise. Folding this as well. I'm just gonna wait it out. Patience is a virtue in the game of poker. The Lakshpal tanking blind on blind from the small blind. We have 9-7 offsuit in the big blind. It's not good enough to raise, so I'm gonna check. We flop middle pair, so that's a good start. I'm gonna check it back, control the size of the pot a little bit, and avoid getting check raised off our hand. We'll check it again. That's a great river card. Now we made 3 of a kind. So feel a lot more comfortable about our hand now, and value betting is definitely the right play here. I'm gonna bet big, 3/4 spot. Hope he calls me with like a queen, maybe a 4, maybe ace high sometimes. Thinking that I might just be bluffing to take the pot down. And he gives it up. Very next hand we get ace king, small blind, ace king suited of clubs. Feeling good about this hand. I'm feeling we could be playing a big pot, massive pot over here. Potentially. Great. It's folded to kid poker. He goes all in for about 9 to 10 big blinds. This is perfect spot for us to re-jam, go all in, and isolate the short stack. Get the big blind to fold, and yeah, sometimes call us off with weaker hands. He also has ace king, and we only get 2 out of the 3 clubs. We needed 3 clubs. We only got 2, so we actually chopped it. Nice hand, kid poker. I have open-ended straight draw in the Omaha and some backdoor flush draw with the club. Because of the hearts, I really don't like our hand, and I don't like the fact that we're out of position, so I'm just gonna fold. We raise with the ace-8 on the button and both of them fold. And we take down some more blinds and antes. I'm gonna fold here with the 9-4-5-6. It's only 5k more for me to call, but we have all 4 diamonds, and I just don't like the fact that we have such a weak hand. I'm just gonna let it go. Here with the pocket jacks, we see a raise. I think thinking about re-raising him and taking him all in, but then I just kind of ran out of time, to be honest. Plus, I wasn't entirely sure if I should be putting it in there with jacks, because if the small or the big blind were to wake up with a hand, him cat or Desh Mera Mahan, then I wouldn't be looking good, and I would just have like put some chips in and had to let it go. So I don't mind our fold there. I think it's okay. It's a bit on the tight side, but I think sometimes you have to play a little tight and wait for better spots. And I think this was one of those times because we already have the chip lead, and we just have to wait for some aces maybe, or some Broadway rundown hands like Ace King Queen Jack, or Ace King Queen 10, or Queen Jack 10-9 double suited, something like that. I would feel a lot more comfortable putting in chips with a hand like that as opposed to what we had, pocket jacks and a queen. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait it out a little longer.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. Thinking that they could fucking break me. They're better off eating their own words like pastries. Hate me, and you better find some fucking safety. I'm coming in hot like a bad bitch and pasties.
Got pocket queens, guys. Got pocket queens in the small blind. I'm gonna start off with a raise. I'm gonna raise 9600, around 3.5x. I'm hoping he goes all in. Really am hoping that he goes all in here. But he folds. We'll take down that pot. I'm gonna fold the ace 9, 10, 6.
Friends tight and your family in sight. Never cease to fight for the things you think are right, cause you just might find you control your own mind. You swing and miss, and honestly I get it. Promise me you won't regret it. Dude, that's becoming clean. Failure ain't an option, so let me cautious. I hope that you're watching.
I got pocket kings and king 8 suited. I'm just gonna call. Try to knock out this Ravenclaw, the big blind, who's super short. You try to get a pay jump for the table. I'm going to open the pocket tens slightly over 2x, 2.1, 2.2x. It's a decent flop for pocket kings.
I don't give a fuck if you got a cause degree. Did you learn anything? Really worth anything? 200 grand later and we're not even working. Student loans.
I'm gonna call the 4K all-in. I'm gonna call the 4K bet. Hope for a king on the turn.
So you better clean up your act. So you better raise up a sack. And tell the world that you suck on that. Don't come back, pack your bags. You take a trip and don't relax. You hit the switch and just attack. You find your niche and make some racks. Don't go back. Everybody wake up. It's time to break up with the life you made up.
I'm gonna fold now. Once the third hard hits the turn. Probably he's betting a flush. And he does. He has a queen high flush and he takes that down. Nice, so now we're down to 5 people in the Omaha. And we're coming right now second out of 5 in terms of chip position. But I still feel fairly comfortable that we have a great shot at winning this tournament. We probably have we're probably one of the most experienced players on this table and should have an advantage.
It is what you deserve. Option, so I be cautious. I hope that you're watching. Don't try to stop this. Work until I'm nauseous. Cause I will not quit. Not because I want this. Don't try to stop me.
I'm gonna fold this.
I hope that you're watching. Don't try to stop this. Work until I'm nauseous. Cause I will not quit. Not because I got this. Don't try to stop me.
Interesting spot. I'm going to fold here against the chip leader. Pot size open. Even though we have a nice hand, it's got some connectivity with the king, queen, jack. And it's double suited, so can make a flush easily, but I'm going to let it go. Here with the ace king, I'm going to 3-bet, get it in against boom tilt. I'm just going to make it 20k. And if he goes all in, I'm just going to call. Yeah, I think that's fine. Maybe we could have made our 3-bet sizing slightly larger. Maybe we could have made it 22k rather than 20k. But overall, I think our play is fine. Here we have ace, king, queen, 7. I'm gonna call. Cut off open. I'm gonna call. See a flop. I'm gonna open the pocket 9s here from middle position. It's a great flop for pocket 9s. We flop middle set. I'm gonna lead out for around 5,000, 30% of the pot.
That's right. Let's go. Yeah. When you're feeling down and you're out, like you got nothing but doubt.
I'm really hoping he raises us in this flop. Really want some action with the pocket queens there in the summit. This is not good. We min open with the pocket queens and Himcat decides to 3-bet and put in 60% of his stack. I think I'm going to fold the queens It would have been close if I had kings. Maybe I would have stuck it in there with the kings, but with queens, I think I just have to let it go. And now we talk about kings. We get kings the very next hand. I'm gonna open for a 3x this time. I just feel like these guys are 3-raising me a lot. And if I 3x, maybe they'll give me slightly more respect and not 3-bet me very light.
Or can you be where your feet are when you stand right here and say no? I'm never gonna give up, I'm never gonna slow. The one that doesn't give up never loses to a pro. The one that can show to myself I can go all the way to the top, can't stop. I'm a soldier, always closer till it's over. Older, but I'm bolder.
I'm gonna fold the king jack 4-2.
Never slower, get to know ya. Don't go make me drop my shoulder. You need to believe you can achieve everything that you dream. Everything that you need is in the air that you breathe. It's in the mind that you breathe. It's in the time that you bleed. Every second of life is another blessing.
The payouts in the PLO tournament. First place is 20k, 20,900. The buy-in was 880. Fourth place is currently getting 3,500, 3474. But of course, we're only playing for first place money, and more than the money, we're playing for the pride of taking down the tournament. We're playing more for pride than for the money. Wow, we're on a card rush. It's like pocket kings are not leaving us in the summit. Keep getting pocket kings again and again. It's incredible how many times we got pocket kings today. Not complaining, guys. I'm really happy. I hope we keep getting kings the whole night. All the way till heads up, till the time we don't win the tournament. Interesting spot. Button with only 11 BB opens for a min raise. I think I'm just gonna flat call and try to trap him in this hand. He might just bet big here and just stack off. Might just decide to go all in. He bets. I'm gonna raise it up and try to get it in here on this flop. He folds. That's unfortunate. Could have flat called there with the kings. But I just felt like if I flat call and we see any bad turns and he shuts down, then we would miss out on a lot of value. So I thought it just seemed to me that he might just be committed in the hand, and just thought it might be a decent spot to raise him on the flop.
And I'm not playing any more games. Either put me on the charts or I'll put you up in flames. Better recognize art because I don't forget names.
Interesting here, we have ace-7, so we have top and middle pair. But he's bet huge and there's a straight possibility with the 5-6. I think it's okay to fold. We did also have a redraw to the nut straight. A jack or a 6 would have given us a straight, but there were two flush draws there. So if the jack or a 6 would have been a heart or a diamond, we would have had the straight, but we would be losing to flush. Ace jack here. I'm gonna just flat call. There's a raise from early position. UTG raises min and UTG +1, calling off 27 BB stack. So I think this flat calling is fine. Playing post flop. No reason to unnecessarily inflate the pot. I'm gonna fold to a 12.8k bet. Nice hand flash. I'm gonna fold these dudes. 9, 10, 8, 6. It's a good hand to open up. I'm going to come out for a min raise. This has a lot of connectivity, and we also have one suited pair, which is 10, 8. So we have a 10 high flush draw. Oh, I don't like the action on this board though. I don't like the fact that he's let out for pot, and I only have 200k. I'm just gonna fold. I mean, an ace high board, we didn't even have a straight draw. We had just a bunch of backdoors and a 10 high flush draw. Just didn't feel very confident with my hand in that spot and decided to let it go. We flop top 2 pair here, but it's a very coordinated board, 3 diamonds. Someone could be slow playing a flush. I think I'm just gonna fold with no diamonds in my hand. I'm gonna fold the 10, 7, 5 deuce as well. So guys, we've dropped a lot of chips in this PLO tournament, and now our position is 4 out of 4. But one double up and we'll be right back up there, coming second or third. So it's not too much to worry about. Just need to wait for a good spot and get it in with the best of it. Gonna fold the 7-4-3 deuce, double suited on the button. Okay guys, we're coming last now in this Omaha tourney, and we got pocket kings again with a suited king. I'm just gonna get it in. I'm not folding here to any 3 bets. I'm just have like 11 big blinds to start the hand off. I think I'm gonna just stack off. It's a reasonable flop against one call. It would have been nicer if we had another diamond with the king of diamonds and we had a flush draw to go with our gut shot and pocket kings. But it's good enough for me to put it in here. Good luck us. All in the PLO tourney. With pocket kings. And he folds. We take down a nice size pot. We get pocket kings again, back-to-back pocket kings in the PLO. Good to see that. The button opens for pot. Pot size open from the button. I'm gonna get it in. Good luck us. I mean, he could have aces since he's raising pot. We're just coming last, and our hand is too strong to fold, I think. He has a rundown. We need to hold. Okay, he rivers a straight. That's unlucky for us, and we take 4th place in this tourney. But overall, I'm quite happy with how we played, and even the last hand, we got it in with the best hand, so no complaints. Quite happy with the result. 4th place, we can take 4th place for 3,474. With buy-in was 880. So we made decent profit there, around 2,600 bucks, and yeah, good game us. So now we're just down to our last tournament, which is the Summit on Pokerbazi. So now we've been streaming for around 3.5 hours, guys. I think I'm gonna end the stream on the next break. There's a break. The next break is starting in 17 minutes. So I think when we hit that break is when I'm gonna stop the stream, and then I'm gonna continue the rest of the summit, I think, off stream, and try to focus and zone into it. And I'm kind of sad that I'm not going to be able to finish it off on the stream where I started it with you guys. But these the session's already been going on for a while, and it's just feeling a little burnt out, and want to try and finish up the stream offline. Finish up the rest of the tournament offline. So another 16 minutes of play, guys, for the day. I really hope that you've been enjoying the stream and you've been, that it's benefited you. And I hope you guys will be back for more, like maybe next Thursday for another stream. Should be streaming again next Thursday, so look forward to having you guys back for that stream. And hope to ship this tournament tonight, guys. We have a great stack. We have 50 big blinds, and it's a very big prize pool, and really excited. Really hoping to take this tournament down. I'm gonna fold the 6-2 in the big blind.
I'm bad at pretending, I'll be true. Sunday mornings and midnight lights, turning to songs that you watch me write. Stole your sweater on that night, you took a picture, keep by my bedside. So you run when you're gone, baby, please don't be long. I got my ticket to the west side. You say my name with your eyes.
Ace-6 offsuit, I'm gonna fold. I can call here, but just not feeling it. Feel like making a tight laydown. Folding the 10-7.
I'm feeling so high, don't you know? Don't you know? I'm living in the shadow. Don't you know? Don't you know? fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. But don't you know, I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Guys, I have some good news. Even though we don't have much time left on the stream, we only have another last 10 minutes. But I have decided to put up another table for the last 10 minutes. So I'm gonna put up this tournament. It's called the Battle Royale Mini on PokerStars.India. And there we have it. It's up now. So I signed up super late. Registration is closing in 15 minutes in this tournament, and I just signed up. And because of that reason, we have like only 12 big blinds. So now we're just in a stage where we have to like go all in or fold a lot. So just gonna wait for like a good hand to put it all in, and hope that we double up. Holding the Queen 8 against the 3x offer from a short stack. Thank you so much, Saksham, for your kind words, and I'm so glad that you enjoyed the stream. Saksham says, wonderful stream, sir. Really got to learn so much today. I'm really glad to hear that, and I'm happy because that's what I wanted. I wanted to impart some knowledge and, share my experiences. I'm so glad that you got it done. We went all in with the ace-10 against cutoff open, hijack open, and he calls us off with 9-7 and we double up. Come on, Chad. I'm gonna open here from the hijack with ace 9 offsuit. And if the button goes all in, I think we'll have to call. I don't know. Wow. Against small blind, button flats of 14 BB and small blind rips. Not feeling my hand so much. I think I'm gonna let it go now. I don't know. I feel like button could be trapping. I feel like small blind could be super nutted here. Could also have a small pair, like 7s, 6s, 8s. Didn't feel I feel like gambling. He could also have us crushed with ace jack, ace queen. So felt like letting it go there. Felt like letting it go is fine there. Queen jack off. Gonna raise it up again. $40 BB stack. Big blind calls. It's a great flop. Jack 6-8. Rainbow. Gonna start off with a fairly small bet. 6600 seems to be good, like around 1/3 of the pot. And he folds.